Dave Miller with Superior Services has joined me, and we are going to talk a little bit about what's going on weather-wise at the moment, and that is, of course, that we're in storm season. And we dodged a bullet a couple of weeks ago, right? Thankfully, it was nothing. It was a non-event, which is always a good thing here.
Yes.
But, we've had 11 named storms so far, and they're predicting that maybe we're going to have double that.
Wow.
So we need to be prepared.
Sure.
What does somebody need to do with their HVAC system, maybe even their ducts, getting themselves ready so that their house is as ready as it can be if, God forbid, something were to happen?
Sure. The most important thing, there's not too much you can do with your air conditioner to get it ready, but as a house, if you want to be proactive and be prepared, now that we've moved into our plumbing and electrical divisions, we now offer whole home generators, which will take the load of maybe not your whole home, but the important parts of your home, maybe certain air conditioners, refrigerator, certain lights, parts of the house that are very important to keep running.
Right.
So we have a lot of options with that, and I think that everybody seems to only care about that when things either are about to happen
Right.
or right after they happen,
Right.
when it's too late.
Right.
So if you think you want to be prepared and you think you want to be in a situation where you're comfortable when the lights go out, then be proactive and get some estimates on some generators for the house, and keep yourself comfortable when the lights go out.
Yeah. And so talking about if we weren't prepared enough,
Right.
and maybe something did happen and we come home and our power is out, or what is the first thing? Obviously we're going to call you probably
Sure.
to say, this is happening, but what is like step 1, step 2, step 3? What are they looking at first? I mean, you look at
It kind of just depends on what we're up against with what type of call it is. Before you go out, if you do end up going out of town, I would recommend that you turn the main water off to the house.
Okay.
Maybe shut your water heaters off. That way, if something does come through and maybe it doesn't do any damage, but something nicks a water line or something, you're not spraying water throughout the house.
Okay.
And then, if something does go wrong and something's not powered up, first thing you do is go to your breakers, make sure the breakers are all on and not tripped. And if they are tripped, trip them back, but be wary that, they tripped for a reason. So
Yeah.
you might want to keep your eye on it and that sort of thing. And if things still don't go back to normal from there, then definitely give us a call and we'll track down the source of the problem.
Well, so you mentioned being proactive about generators in terms of talking about storms, but I think we need to be proactive all the time,
Sure.
right? And so usually we talk a couple of times a year, and sometimes we're about to go into the summer, so they need to be proactive about their air conditioning. But now
Sure.
we're getting ready to go into the fall. We've
Yeah.
got a ways before it's going to be chilly here, but what should people be doing to kind of get ready for the next season?
Sure. If you made it through the summer, and things are going well, like you said, you still want to be prepared. Make sure your heat's going to work the way it should. So maybe, come September, end of September, have somebody come out and take a look at your heating and air, change your filters, maybe make sure that your heat's working the way it should. In the winter time, we have 2 sources of heat for the majority of the people here, which is, an electric heat pump, and then we have these electric strips. Well, a lot of times those electric strips run without the heat pump or with the heat pump when they shouldn't be, causing very high electric bill. So
Right.
It's nice to have that figured out before it runs for 2 or 3 months and you end up only figuring out because you have the $600 electric bill.
Right, and I think that's something that people moving down here kind of don't realize. At least I didn't realize all of a sudden. I'm like, what is emergency heat
Right.
need, right? And
Yeah.
so that is when the heat pump's on and doesn't necessarily need to be.
Right.
And so that particular thermostat that I'm talking about that was saying that was a lot older.
Sure.
So is that something that
Yeah.
updating a thermostat can kind of help with that situation?
It can help you. I mean, there's still flags on most thermostats that tell you when your electric heat's running and when it isn't running. And for the most part, it should run here and there, especially in the colder days. You just don't want it running all the time, and
Right.
you don't want it running when it's 50 degrees out or something like that.
Yeah.
You end up with a really bad electric bill.
Yeah. So if somebody is looking to kind of get some of your services, how do they find you?
Sure. Yeah, they can call us. We have somebody ready 24/7 to answer the phone. We have live chat on our website. We have a texting service. I mean, if you can put in Superior Services or even get close to Superior in there, it will pop up on the internet, or just call us on probably the number that's below here.
Yes, it will be below. And of course, you can also look for their yellow trucks all over the place with the phone number on them as well. Thanks
That's
for being
right.
with us, Dave. It's always great information.
Thank you.